you've been searching and scouring YouTube looking for some fresh new content or some hunting videos, well, you're not alone. I've been doing the same thing. And if you've been wondering what the NCPA Outdoors guys have been up to the last few months, well, you're not alone again, because I've been wondering that myself as well. It's pretty crazy when you realize the fact that it is now the middle of May already, and it's been 2 or 3 months since we put together a video. The big news in the last few months has, without a doubt, unquestionably been the rifle season Saturday opener. We are poised to start a new tradition this coming year. Not quite sure how well it's going to go over or how well it's going to be perceived, but we'll see what happens this year. There are a pair of videos that we had done. If you want to go back through, I'll put a link. You can check those out. But other than that, it's been a relatively normal late winter, early spring for us up here. We've been doing a few things, some coyote hunting, shooting the guns. We've had a few interesting clips on some of the different trail cameras. But let's take a second. We'll flip back through the last 2 or 3 months worth of footage and catch you up on what we've been doing. Alright, so here we are. This is right after flintlock season. We got about a month where we bring up a couple of loads of corn, fill the different feeders. It's nice to supplement what we've got planted in the ground with the corn. There obviously is very little nutritional content in this corn, but it does help. It helps supplement, like I said, what we already have planted, the browse, the acorns, the beech nuts, everything else that we've got. And of course, the only real hunting opportunity that we've got after flintlock is coyotes. It's not really something that we've hunted regularly or on any consistent basis really through the years. So it was just kind of nice. We got out a couple times this year, and here's some footage of there's Joel kicked back on the tree while the tape's playing. And Mark and I posted, kind of looking down over the ravine, hoping to catch some movement. Now here we are a few weekends later. I was up with just the boys, and we didn't have anything going on that night, so I figured, well, we'll suit up and head out. They were excited. They wanted to see what it was all about, so we took out a little snack pack bag of food and drink. It wasn't too cold out, so it was a nice evening to sit. We were out for, it was about 2, maybe 3 hours. And while we didn't hear or see anything, it was a nice experience for them to be out in the woods and try something new. And no trip to camp is complete without the kids now shooting their guns at every opportunity that we give them.
First try.
They're doing pretty good with them too.
And they do.
So they've been having fun with that. We get the tin cans set up. They've been plinking away at those. Really doing good with it. So hopefully, especially Caden this year, maybe we'll get him into a 243 or some kind of a rifle for him for deer season. Because we're running several trail cameras 365 days out of the year, there's always a nice collection of footage that I save from year to year to look back on. And some of the clips that we've gotten lately have been pretty neat. So I'll roll a few of those here. This one was really interesting, and when I first heard this, it set me straight up in my chair because it was the first time I've actually ever heard this. It was it was funny too because later that day I showed the clip to John and Blaze and both of them at the same time said, if I was walking through the woods under the cover of darkness with nothing more than a bow in my hand, I'd probably be turning around and going back to camp. It will definitely stop you in your tracks if you heard this, in the woods. We already know what that was, but it's not something that you hear every day or really every night for that matter. So I'd be curious, if you know what that was or you want to take a guess, go ahead and drop a comment down below and let us know what you think. So now you're all caught up. We're back to May 10th, and this past weekend, Caden and I got up for turkey hunting, and we got out in the woods. It was a little late. It was already daybreak. But we got out, we weren't even, well, I'll play the tape for you.
Good eye.
I was looking because I saw a turkey shaped.
Yeah.
But I kept looking and I saw movement. So I just got scared. Is there turkey? Are we already done? And then I saw it moving. So then I told you, and then it was deer. I thought they were turkey.
How long have we been sitting here?
Like 2 minutes.
Not even 2 minutes. We didn't even get a chance to put our gloves on yet. Good eye.
After lunch, Joel and Caden and Mom and Dad and I went back out to show them the idea for our next pink shack that we're going to build. Kind of an all-weather compound, if you will, for getting out of the weather during rifle and flintlock season. So we went out and showed them 2 of the locations that we had identified right after flintlock season as 2 possible locations where we were going to build it. So we wanted to get Mom and Dad's idea, see what they thought about it, and here's what we were doing. So we need 3 guys thinking on this.
Well, that's why Mom
and
comes.
three guys thinking and one supervisor.
And one supervisor.
One manager.
So one of the challenges that we found over the last couple of years is the Pink Shack has been awesome, and the Pink Shack has delivered multiple times. But when you just want to get up here on a Friday night and you only have a couple hours left and it might be pouring down rain, there's really no shelter to be had out back. So we're planning on building another Pink Shack. We're going to call this one the compound.
Nice.
Just because it's a little bit bigger and it's going to be a little bit... It's probably not going to have a recliner, but it might have something close to a recliner.
I can hear it in the morning. So where are you going today? I'm going out in the compound.
I'm going to sit in the compound for a few hours. So again, if it's, you know, raining or snowing, you just want to sit in a tree stand, or you want to come out here and turn the heat on because it's 5 degrees outside, sit in this, and you have, again, we'll have to get shooting lanes in here just like the Pink Shack just because of how thick it is. But we have 2 sites plotted out, 8 by 8, and another one that's 8 by 8. If someone's in the point, you're okay. But if Chris is in his stand and like the kids come down here and they're sitting in this, or vice versa, the kids are in those stands and we're down here playing cards and having a good time. You want to be able to intersect that traffic, and from here you can see to the point that the stump stand can barely see. So there'd be a really thin corridor that they could sneak through without spotting.
Yeah, because out of stump stand, you can't see SFB stand. So from here all the way down,
Is
all the way down to
uncovered.
the point, I don't have any eyes down here. There's nothing.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to have something out here we can.
So the benefit here is you have visibility behind you, probably 180 degrees, almost unobstructed, especially in the wintertime when the leaves are off the trees. So there's very few locations that you couldn't get a shot through, and if you opened up a few shooting lanes, you definitely have a lot more luck. This 90-degree section is really thick.
Yeah, so why don't we go down? We'll check out this other
Yeah.
location. See what you think down here too. So here is the second location we picked out. Initially, this was the first one that we decided on. And when I was up here last week and I was walking around, and I struggled with it because there were some pros and cons, and some of the cons outweighed, in my opinion. So just take a good look and make your assessment first, and then we'll talk about, again, the pros and cons here. The benefit here is you can see the ridge line, and then down over the ridge, and there's probably like 5 acres, 6 acres of uncovered ground below that ridge, which is that normal travel corridor that you would be up 8 feet in elevation here
Yeah.
and be able to see down over.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the original site that we picked out just because we can see all the way down. I don't like the fact though that we're as close as we are to this corner. Whereas the second site, I like that we're deeper in our piece, but we've got that wall of mature trees in front of us, which
I can see both orange flags now for both sites.
right,
Is it really that different?
right.
It just looks different visually because
Yeah.
the canopy's there. The lower canopy is starting to leaf out.
And I think with that extra 8 feet of elevation, it might open up enough of that lip that we'll still be able to see.
From the second site.
Right. And it does tuck us in a little bit further up in out of this corner.
It gives you more sight up over the backside too.
All right, so sounds like you decided. Or
Did
do you need an 8-foot ladder to see what you can see down here
And that's
or
what I thought
behind you?
about too, is get a ladder out here.
I mean, even just the distance alone between those two elevations is 8 foot.
There you go. That just might be your deciding factor. You're a good.
I gotta tell you, I'm eyesight with the field.
I believe that.
Wow.
If there is one thing we have learned throughout the planting of food plots, apple trees, chestnut trees, persimmons, it is that you can always count on an animal to screw them up. We're walking out through the old orchard, and truth be told, the bear strikes again. This one, he tore the fence completely off the tree. He laid down probably 7, 8 different cages, snapped a bunch of different chestnut trees. I tell you what, this bear, we just cannot win.
So again with this one, I think we just cut the, cut it off maybe if there's still some life in the trunk. See like right here last year?
Yeah.
Shot up a new one, but it was underneath the covering.
That's true.
Maybe it'll put out a new branch. I don't know. The deer want to destroy every apple tree on the property and the bears destroy all the chestnuts. I guess they just want to starve themselves, you know? Try to plant stuff so you can feed them.
Over the fall, during archery season, I was sitting on the couch just ready to start a movie when the motion light outside flipped on.
Ben?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
All in all, it was a good day. It was a good weekend, really. And we got a lot of stuff done. We spent some time in the woods. It was a great time. Unfortunately, Joel had to go back down Saturday night. He couldn't stick around. But on Sunday, Caden and I got to meet up with a friend of ours on YouTube, Whiterook85. If you guys aren't familiar with his channel, you definitely want to check it out. He does a lot of great videos, great content, just an all-around great group of guys that make up his channel at his camp. And we realized, you know, we're not too far apart from each other, so it worked out. We found a time where we could both get together, and so that's what we did. We met up and a couple hours, kind of hung out, swapped some stories, and talked about what was going on, and just a great time. As much as I would love to stick around and show you guys some more footage of what we've been doing, we need to get started on what we need to be doing. So I'm gonna get this camera shut down, get outside. I got some clover needs sprayed. We got mineral to get out. We got other food plot work to get started. Too much to do, not enough time to get it done. So we're gonna get going. Final thoughts, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And be sure you hit that bell icon, because as soon as we upload a new video, you'll get that instant alert to let you know that it's there. So, until next video, take care guys.